Welcome to a special edition of YPN News, bringing you exclusive coverage of the teachings of Yahweh's last days anointed witness, Yisrayl Hawkins. In today's sermon, he made crystal clear where prophecy shows the only answer to escape the coming destruction, who Yahweh's witness is, who will bring this warning, and the House of Yahweh's job of bringing peace to this entire world. He also showed how these troublous times are progressing rapidly to all-out nuclear war, which is the seventh plague spoken of in Revelation chapter 16. Today we give you another aspect of Yisrayl Hawkins' teachings. We talk to some of the children and teens in the House of Yahweh to learn more about the teachings of Yisrayl Hawkins. YPN correspondents Miranda Simon and Christy Hawkins are at the House of Yahweh to bring us this report.
Over the years, Yisrayl Hawkins has told us that some of his fondest memories are from when he was a child and he learned the Holy Scriptures by the warm glow of a kerosene lamp. Following that pattern, I'm here today at the House of Yahweh to talk to some of the young people by the lamplight. Hi, girls.
Hi.
How are you all doing today?
Great.
Great. So today with us we have Lily and Mariah. Now, Lily and Mariah, were y'all at Sabbath services this morning?
Yes.
You were. And did you hear Yisrayl Hawkins speak?
Yes.
What's one thing, Lily, that you learned this morning from his sermon?
That COVID-19 is rising.
That COVID-19 is rising? Okay. And why is it rising?
Because of the sins that people do.
The sins that people do? Right. And do you know how long COVID is going to last?
5 months.
5 months. And then what will occur to it?
It will go and the next plague will come.
Excellent. And let me ask you, does anybody die from the coronavirus?
They don't die because of COVID, they die because of the sins they do.
Amazing. And Mariah, how about you? Were you at services this morning?
Mm-hmm.
You were. Did you hear Yisrayl Hawkins speak?
Mm-hmm.
And what's one thing you learned today?
That the world thinks that the vaccine is going to help them, but it's actually going to make them worse.
So talking about the vaccine for the COVID-19, and do you think that the vaccine is going to work? No, why not?
Because nothing's going to help the coronavirus. And then the people were saying that they wanted their life to just be how it was before the COVID came back, but how their lives were before the COVID made the COVID.
Is what made it? Excellent. And how do you know that? Where did you learn that from?
Yisrayl Hawkins.
Excellent. And where did Yisrayl Hawkins learn it from? What, Lily?
He learned it from the scriptures.
Excellent. Is there anything else that you all learned today?
He talked a lot about the two witnesses and he talked about Isaiah 44 and 45.
Excellent. You know, one thing I remembered is Matthew 6:33. Do y'all know what Matthew 6:33 says?
It says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you."
Excellent. How do we seek the kingdom of Yahweh?
By following the laws.
And where do we go?
The House of Yahweh.
Right. So do you know what's the only thing that will cure the coronavirus?
If they repent.
If they repent. Excellent.
Did you see the last day's witness, Yisrayl Hawkins, speak at Sabbath services today?
Yes, I did.
And what are some things he taught that stuck out to you?
He said a lot of things that stuck out to me. He said that we're going to be taking over from the gods that only brought war, and we're going to be bringing peace to the world and the universe. And he also said that the preachers like to say to believe, but you can't just believe if you're not keeping the law. You have to keep the law to be able to believe. Mm-hmm. And he also concluded his speech talking about that we have an opportunity in the House of Yahweh, and we will only be given that amazing power if we endure.
Now, how long have you been learning the laws and the prophecies from Yisrayl Hawkins?
Well, from as far as I can remember.
So Has keeping Yahweh's laws benefited you?
Yes, it has.
And can you share how it's benefited you?
It has benefited me in the ways that I interact with my peers and my authority, and following their instruction has taught me to be obedient and to be humble and accept the corrections when it's given and to lead a righteous life.
What do the prophecies show will take place in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, we know that the coronavirus will only get worse, and then we're going to see the next 6 plagues, and we know the second one is the water, and it'll get so messed up that the people won't even be able to drink it, and we're going to see a third part of man killed over the fourth part of the earth, and we're going to see more people going without food, and things will just continue to get worse. And we know that the last plague is going to be the 1 hour burning that will burn the earth, and you can find that in Revelations 18. And after that, Yahweh's people will take over and restore the earth to the original way Yahweh had intended it to be, and teach Yahweh's laws that will bring peace eternally.
Well, thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Did you see Pastor Yisrayl Hawkins' service today?
Yes, I did.
And what are some things that stuck out to you?
Well, some things that stuck out to me, he talked a lot about how the whole world is being led by the gods, and they have been blinded to the fact that, the reason why we're seeing the coronavirus now and all these other things is because of sin. But they are finally now realizing that that is the reason for all of this. And he also said that, we're being able to see these things with our eyes, and they're not going to come near us. We're actually going to be the ones to put an end to the sickness, the suffering that we see in our world today, and bring peace.
Why are you glad to be here at Yahweh's house?
Well, I'm able to understand why these different things are taking place in the news, and not only that, but be able to give other people hope that when they practice Yahweh's laws, it will truly change their lives, and they don't have to continue living the way that they are living today. They can make a change in their life, and Yahweh's laws does and can change lives.
Now, how long have you been learning from Yisrayl Hawkins?
For pretty much my whole life.
And where in Scripture does it talk about Yahweh's last days witness and the House of Yahweh?
Well, in Isaiah chapter 44, it talks a lot about Yisrayl Hawkins and the work that he will do as one of the witnesses. And in Isaiah 2 verse 2 and Micaiah chapter 4 verses 1 through 4, it talks about how the House of Yahweh will be established in the chief nations, which is the United States of America, and it will be established, it will be raised up above all nations. And also in Matthew chapter 24 verse 14, it talks about how the message will go out throughout the whole world, and we can see that now, that the message Yisrayl Hawkins is teaching is being spread throughout the entire world at this time.
Well, thank you.
We know your plan is the most important thing to you. We know your plan is right before your eyes. See, you know that we do. We know in your plan is where you see us rejoicing, praising you. Without seeing, without seeing.
Amazing wisdom at such a young age. Part of the fulfillment of prophecy written in Yahyl chapter 2 verse 28, promised to Yisrayl Hawkins and his seed in these last days. And you can watch many of these young people teach, as well as Yisrayl Hawkins, as Sabbath services stream live every Seventh-day Sabbath at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Catch the broadcast on Facebook Live or Yahweh.com. You can also find today's full Sabbath sermon from Yisrayl Hawkins there as well. And if you'd like more information, you can contact the House of Yahweh at P.O. Box 2498, Abilene, Texas 79604. Call toll-free 1-800-613-9494. Visit the websites Yahweh.com, YisraelHawkins.com, and Yahweh'sBranch.com. And for all calls outside of the United States, please call the number on your screen. Well, that's our report for today, and be sure to visit our website, YPNnews.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, YPN News Extra, for more news and information. I'm Kim Kaziaka. On behalf of all of us here at YPN News, thanks for watching.